Hey guys, now we're going to continue on with our marketing and deal with our paid and organic forecasts. So as usual, there is a little guide which explains how this works at the top. We can see our summary, and then the first section is organic and the next one will be paid. So let's deal with the organic one first because it's really easy. So start out, how many organic visitors are you getting currently? Is it 100? Is it 0? Have you been around for a while? Is it 2,000? Just type that number in on a monthly basis. This will tell you what that effectively works out on a daily basis. And then that organic traffic is going to grow over time. So to make it simple, we just type in a percentage growth rate per month, and it'll increase depending on that rate you've put in. Now, we start out higher because when you're growing as of your base, it's not so meaningful, but over time, a couple of percent can, on a compounded basis, lead to quite a high number. So look at that, the daily number, and think, does that seem to make sense? Will we be having 270 people a day? Or that's totally ridiculous. We should be getting to that after a couple of months, in which case increase your growth rate. Link that up a little bit with your blog and social sheets, because if you're doing lots of PR and getting lots of traffic, then you should assume that people will start really hearing about you more, and there should be a symbiosis between that. But that should be pretty simple to do, right? Now we're going to deal with paid. Depending on your business model, your paid is going to be one of your most important channels or something that you hardly use at all. There are some more complicated ways of approaching this, and I've made a model which has that in there, but I don't think it adds much to create too many complications with this. So there are basically really only two assumptions you need to make in order to forecast your paid channels. One is, how much are you spending a month? And secondly, what is your CPC or cost per click for that marketing spend that you're spending? And that's it. Now we can get a little bit more intellectual around these, but let's just deal with the assumptions first, and then I'll add some color. So here, in this section, these are all your channels for paid spend. What SEM, display, Facebook, affiliates, and other. You can just type in whatever you want. I mean, free pizza. And now you have a new channel for free pizza. So for SEM, for a lot of business models, this is quite an important one. So in your dollars, how much money are you spending per month? Just type that in. So we'll start out at a lower amount and then increase over time depending on how much budget you have. And at a certain point, SEM stops becoming a great channel for you, and you start shifting to some budget to display, and then maybe some Facebook, some affiliates, etc. But there's a story of how you're going to allocate your budget over time, depending on how much money you have and what you think is going to give you the best ROI. Where you spend your budget largely comes out of a function of your CPC, as your CPCs will not remain constant over time. Certain keywords will become more or less expensive depending on competition, and will have limited volumes of the people who are searching for things, right? At least for SEM. So the next block of assumptions is you just type in what your CPC is. You can make these numbers up, or you can go to Google Keyword Explorer, type in a bunch of related terms and figure out what you think a blended CPC might be for this. So for SEM, we think we'll start out for our keywords at about $2.8, and over time it will increase. Right? So over time you see the yellow boxes, we have increases. Same thing for display, Facebook affiliates, etc., etc. Now, why do your CPCs increase? Because there's only so much bang you can get out of that buck. Over time, as you scale up, marketing becomes more expensive, and therefore your CPCs become expensive. So you start reallocating your budget to different channels, right? And that's where you'll be reallocating your budget. So think about these together as a pair. Now, if you divide your spend by your CPCs, you come up with how much traffic. And that paid traffic just filters into here, into your traffic build as a line. You see, paid organic. And that's it. So you look at your charts, you can see, do these things make sense? Do they not make sense? And play around with your budget. So this is either going to be one of the most important sheets you have, or not important at all.